Right now, the latest on President Trump's war with the mainstream media. The president ignited an uproar Friday with his continuing criticism of the press when he said the fake news media, failing New York Times, NBC News, ABC, CBS, CNN, is not my enemy. It is the enemy of the American people. And then yesterday, White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus said President Trump's comments about the media are warranted.
All day long, on every chyron, every 7 minutes, are talking about Russian spies, talking about the intelligence community, talking about how me and Steve Bannon don't like each other and what's Kellyanne doing. All this just total garbage, unsourced stuff.
And with a new Rasmussen poll showing 51% approve of the job President Trump is doing just 30 days into his term, should President Trump care what the media actually says? Joining me now, former senior advisor to President George W. Bush, Karl Rove. Karl, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I would imagine the president does care, or else he wouldn't keep attacking, or am I missing something?
Well, I think he does care. I think it's showing a thin skin. Look, pick an argument with the media when they get things wrong. But to have this kind of, constant refrain that they're being unfair to me and that they're unsourced, I mean, be very careful about that. I mean, a lot of these, quote, administration officials, quote, White House staff, there's a lot of leaking going on inside the White House. Look, I understand. I'm worried about the leaks. I'm worried about the leaks of classified information. I don't blame the intelligence community. I tend more to blame it on former Obama administration officials who are aware of Flynn's, the chronology there, and aware of information up through at least the 26th of January. I worry about the leak of classified information like the president's private phone calls with foreign leaders, where there are very few people who have access to those transcripts. So I understand that. They get things wrong in their coverage. I get that, too. I'd be very circumspect, however, in picking those fights. Rather than a broad brushstroke, let me give you one example.
Yes.
Here he is, broad brushstroke. Last week, however, the press said, well, we got in all a tither about, the press did, about the ICE immigration sweep. And they said 74% of those people were criminals, but 26% had not committed a felony. And they got all up in arms saying, oh, he's cracking down on poor people. We got a dreamer who got caught up in that. Well, I went back and took a look at the ICE reports for every single year of the Obama administration. And there was no year in which they had a sweep that had more than 58 or 59% of the people who were swept up were criminals. That is to say, a higher percentage under Trump were criminals and a smaller percentage under Obama. They didn't get lathered up under Obama.
So are you saying that the president and his team, when they attack the media, are missing a key point in their message, which is we're actually doing what the Obama administration was doing, but we're doing it better? Is that what I heard you just say?
Yeah, well, yeah, you didn't get wired up when Obama did the same thing we were doing, only to a less effective rate. And so, yeah, pick up on those things. But I got to tell you, I'm troubled by the word the enemy of the American people. That's dangerous language for a president. That's the kind of thing, the enemy of the American people, that's how we refer to the Axis powers or ISIS or Al-Qaeda. But to pick out institutions in our society and say the enemy of the American people, I just think that is unpresidential and over the top. It will diminish his ability to be heard by other people who don't like the media but don't consider them the enemy of the American people.
You know, when I had the privilege of being on the campaign trail for Fox Business and I covered Mr. Trump's rallies as well as Hillary Clinton's rallies, his supporters are part of a movement. And